Hello and welcome back to the grid. Welcome back to Let's Build the Megazord episode 3. Shortly after box number 2 was recorded, I'm doing episode 3 because, as I said last time, box 3 arrived before box 2. Fanhome had issues with delivering stuff because of high demand. I don't give them shit for that because that happens. If a lot of people want this is actually a good thing. So this gives me high hopes for more Power Ranger stuff potentially in the future. Just my thoughts, my wishing, no facts here, but yeah. I want a Dragonsord. Fanhome, if you see this, I want a Dragonsord after Megazord plays. I happily take that, and if that goes well, I also would take a Titanus. That thing would be huge, but yeah. For now, we're building Megazord. A box from Fanhome, as I said, a big one, and it's empty again because I take everything out. That makes it easier for the video. Like last time, a letter with sorry, we sent this stuff out, we don't have your present. And the last time in the box there was my present actually in there, 3 posters which they said they will send me with, and they did. And they still put, I think they just thrown these letters in case they missed anything. There's a why don't you go premium ad again, which is okay because I have this already. I am premium, which is fine. What they slapped in as well is this. It's for your magazines, so yet you can store them in a nicely manner. This is the first one. This won't last. You will get 120 of those magazines, and later on you will need more of these. As far as seen it, they are optional to buy for like 10 bucks each, which I will do, which is fine. I would say if they done that for free, that would be nice, but I assume they have to make money to sustain this. And with this, we get magazine number 6. 7 and 8. In number 6 we have some stuff from the show again, part list, the usual stuff. I will just briefly go over the magazines for you guys. Here is parts how the saber-toothed tiger's head will look when it's done, something about the red bug. It's nice that they do stuff like this when you grew up like I with Power Rangers or any other show, and there are people who actually thought about this. They're maybe fans as well, and put some heart in there and put something together that everybody who likes the show can enjoy. That's always nice. So here is stuff like power coins, as I said, stuff from the show. I could go through everything, but the video would be even longer than it's now. Anyhow, these are the last 3 magazines for now. And we will get, well, I get another box in the future. Don't really know when because it's weird with the delayed shipping. So I assume maybe end of December. We are having November now. I don't assume they will do another one in November because they just did. But the next box will be 6 magazines instead of 3. And they will stay 6 magazines till the end of when this is all done with magazine 120. So you can expect us like following episodes of Build the Megazord will be a bit longer. Anyhow, this shipment is a bit smaller part-wise than the last one. Here is a small box with some parts for the saber-toothed tiger. A lot of electronics, I have to say. This one is bigger, but not so many parts, like the gears, not the gears, the tires from the saber-toothed tiger. And some red parts, maybe something for the head as well. I have to build that still, so we have to see. And here is some parts which feel metallic. I don't really can tell. Might be just chrome plastic. But yeah, this is saber-toothed tiger stuff too. So we have 3 other little things that we have to combine to actually go further and progress. They could easily done the pterodactyl, the Kimberly Zord, and have that done because it's not so many parts in my book. They had that in the first magazine, and that's that. Or in the second, like in the first shipment, they had like the chest piece, and as I said, that's a small Zord. They're like boop, 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 done. But I think they keep that on for future stuff. Anyhow, I switch over to there and we built a Megazord. Welcome to the building table. It's been some couple weeks since I recorded the intro for this. I recorded the intro for episode number 2 and 3 on one day, and after that I recorded the build of everything what was episode number 2, but I didn't find the time to do the rest because it's a long process basically. I recorded roughly 3.5 hours and cut everything down to 45 minutes. And that's our end result so far from box number 1 and box number 2, what we have. Box number 3 came with this, where you can store all your magazines. I have the first magazines in here, as you can see. This is number 1. It's in total 6 of these, basically. If you want all of those, you have to pay extra. The first one is basically free, and the other ones cost, I think, a tenner. That I said in the intro, kind of a shame that you have to pay extra for that, but I mean, okay, fine, I get it. They want to earn their money as well. In episode number 1, we had this, the chest shield. We don't need that today, so this goes aside. Then there's a charging cable for Megazord's head or Saber-Tooth Tiger later on, depends. All the heads, I think all the Zord's heads will light up. For now, it seems like these two do. So, cable aside, and a remote. So, I charged this head after we were done in the last episode. Just a quick recap here on everything. There's a button on the back. I shown that off in episode number 2. If you missed things, feel free to check out the playlist and watch episode number 2 and number 1, order for your own preference. And if you hold the button down a bit, right? Like, it's not so easy with bigger hands at least. One sec. Hold it down, Krytos. It starts flashing and it lights up. So that's what it's supposed to do. Oh, lights, what they do? They light up. Jokes aside, if you press on the remote number 2, it flashes, and with number 3 it turns off, and with number 1 it turns on again. You have to use the button first, otherwise the remote won't respond. And if I hold this down again for a brief moment, it turns off again. So if you don't want the battery that's inside depleted, turn it off and just use it when you actually want to use it. Megazord's head goes aside for now as well, because we're continuing with Saber-Tooth Tiger. And I have to say, sorry, what I forgot last time. I seen that in post, and as I checked the magazine, this cable is in episode 2, well, in magazine number 5, and it needs to be attached here. So I forgot that last time. I did that basically after recording, so that you're on the same page as me. We have some parts that we're continuing with magazine number 6, and I prepared this. Be careful if you take these off yourself. This is normally a bit more fixated. It's like pressure down. It has certain points which keep this down to don't lose parts. But if you go by force, it goes boop, and everything is gone if you're unlucky. And there are transparent parts, so be careful on that. We use magazine number 6 to continue. Let's see what we need. We're continuing basically with the other half of the Saber-Tooth Tiger's head. Last time, the first step we took this red piece here. One sec. This one. And this is easy. There's one little knot where you just put one piece in, and the other thing goes on top, so that you have it basically like this. And you just screw that part and good. And it's not so many parts, so this should be a relatively faster build than last time. Well, I think at least. And I'm always scared that I lose screws at some point. Also, it is important, I learned that last time, in between recording, and well, after taking a look back at the magazine when I was done, it's important to read what's actually in the magazine. I mean, you could do a lot of these things just by looking at the pictures, but sometimes there's like, oh, use that leftover screw, or screws, depends on how much you need, from magazine so and so forth, which you had in a couple of magazines before, stuff from magazine number 2, 3, whatever. Yeah, same deal as last time. There's a missing part in the ear which needs to be black, and there's this little piece which just goes in there, and then you just press it, and this works better than the other half. I remember on the other half of the head, it was really needed with force to get through there, but basically like this. We have another part like so. We done that last time in episode number 2, so we mirror the thing we have. So let me screw that together just quickly. And we're done. 2 pieces, identical, besides this one has the board inside. Relatively easy. So we have a circuit board in here, which needs to be screwed down there, and it goes with the 6 tenor screws. It's the only ones left which are not silver. This also seems to be relatively easy, so let me do that in a sec for you and then show it off. So we're done. Should be looking like this. 2 screws, relatively easy as I said. And the next part is connecting the one cable that is in there. There are 2 ports, one bigger, one smaller. This is a smaller cable, so it goes on the right side. When you face like this, it goes on that one here, on the smaller port. So make sure you check and double check that you don't, because these parts are so fragile, they are super small. If you basically break that, you have to get a replacement somewhere, and that will be Fanhome. So done. Also easy peasy. I mean, it's plug and play basically. That's done. Manual says retrieve this thing, and here's a hole in the back. This cable runs through and connects to the other port which is left, and done. Okay. Now there are 2 holes in here on the side, and on a saber-tooth tiger are counterparts, which is just slotted on there. It's not screwed at this point. I think that will be used at... Oh, it's not even... Oh, it's not a chin piece. Sorry, my bad. I always thought it looked like a chin, but it's more like a inner layout for the cable management. I was a bit confused there. So we just put it together. As I said, it's just resting in there basically, like this. And then we can put that aside. And now we have 2 parts here, which are like, which is actually chin, 6.3 and 6.4. Which, oh, it's not screwed, it's just attached as well. So this works similar. Just click. We have a chin. Here's a little black piece, which slots in on the back of the chin piece here. Now it looks like this. When I always look a bit to the right, it's like my screen for recording is there. That's why I'm always looking a bit like for disassembling, what is the results? We have this piece, and this piece. My screwdriver is running away. Next one is number 7. Here's leftover pieces. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, I missed something. Okay, one step back, sorry. Here are 2 rubber pipe parts, small ones, transparent, stuff I mentioned earlier. These. They go on here. Now we're done. Now we're done. Good. Number 7. Give me a sec. I just open that up and be right back. Well, I make a cut, so sorry. Okay, good. When I say I make a cut, will edit that in in pieces, and if I put that out in full, I mean we're relatively quick at the moment, but considering how the last recording was, it was like a lot. 3 hours with all my bloopers and stuff. I think not. So anyhow, let's continue before we lose too much time. This is a neck piece. This little yellow one. There is a rubber part, which is this one. And I mean, it's for dummies like me. It's just like boom, in and good. Here's a little, how do I show that? So this piece here, I show it on the other side because I don't want to drop stuff. It's on both sides. Here where my finger is. That one there. There this slots in. There's a little black piece again, which is for the nose, which goes in here. It rests there as well. Next part is actually the chin, which there's only one part left where that can go, so we slot this in as well. And now, bada boom, we have the top piece. Okay, this is not easy. This is like, you have to dangle around a bit and make this work. It's when you're done with it, it's good. It's in there and fine. But it's because you have multiple parts which need at a certain point to be there where they belong. So before I close this off for good, do I miss anything? No. Actually, no, that's good. So mouth opens and closes. I still think it's a little shame that the head part, the biggest part of it is metal. The chin piece is plastic, and I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's kind of a different color, the lower chin piece, which is a small bummer for me. But yeah, that's okay. I can live with that. Anyhow, which screws do we need? Make sure it's tight, but not too tight. And it's interesting how 2 little screws hold this down and make this way more hand and manageable instead of like boom, and it could all like go break. It's still not completely fixated because there needs the top part and such, but here in the end, 2 little screws. This is how it looks at the moment. This head is with bigger for now as Megazord's head, but there will be Tyrannosaurus's head over Megazord, so not complaining at all. We have this little plastic casing here, which just slots over. basically the hood of the car. Just like this, and this is closed. And now it's the front piece with the nose is also so far done. Oh, here's the button. Is that charged already? No. So the button here and charging for lights in the saber-tooth tiger is on the lower end here. Nicely hidden. And this button works for my liking better than the Megazord's head. This is a bit harder to handle, so you'd have to fiddle around a bit. I said it in the last recording on episode number 2, just as a quick recap here. I had this button in, like it was in the manual, and I don't know if it was a mistake or it's just like the parts doesn't work together as intended, but I had the button in like it was in the magazine, as I said, and the button was not pressable at all. I had to take it apart and switch it upside down, put it in. Now it's manageable. Now you can actually use that button. So no idea what that was, but yeah, this one works as intended. Easy. I mean, you hear the clicking. Really nice. This black-red piece, which is always on top. And it's really closed off. Neat. We're getting there. Use a drop of glue. I don't have glue. Okay. So this is chrome plastic, not metal. And we have 2 pieces of this. And I remember myself saying last time, oh, we need no glue. Yeah, well, that worked out fine. Okay, we have to stick these together and use some glue. Well, I don't have glue here, but I have glue in the other room. Thing. This is metal. Here's no glue provided, so you have to provide that for yourself. So give me a moment and I will get some glue. Be right back. Okay, I have some glue, and this is super glue. I'm always a bit scared to use this stuff because, well, it's always stuff where I'm like, I don't wanna. I always screw stuff up, so I'm be careful with this. Just a little drop, as the magazine says. That's kind of a shame that you actually have to use super glue with this, or glue in general. Okay. Let you rest there for a bit, and I mean, we have to do this for both parts, so let's use that. You have to be mirrored, yeah? Okay, good. Make sure you don't. Oh wait. Yes. Make sure you don't screw this up, because if you screw this, basically, saber-tooth tiger has weird looking teeth. You don't want that. Come on. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I hate this. Sorry. That's nothing where the magazine or anything can be accounted for. I had some glue on my finger, and now the glue is on the teeth. Ah, shit. Not good. So, well, it won't be really visible, but as I said, that's why I hate glue. So, there's a little bit of glue which makes you see that there's glue, which sucks. I hate that. Okay, anyhow, super glue dried pretty fast, so that's good. Give me 1 second, just wash my hands. Okay, hands are clean so far. Again, as I said, I'm not a fan of super glue. I don't get why they just didn't do one solid piece for these here. Let's just flip it off the table, because that would be easily done, I think. Yeah. Anyways, I used some soap and warm water and could get rid of the most of the glue before it dried out entirely. So yeah, as I said, not a fan of super glue, but hey. Next thing, there's a metal, like an aluminum rod in here, which is this one. So this goes through here, but before we do that, glue on the other finger. God damn it, where do you come from? No. One sec. So where was I? As I said, not a fan of super glue. Anyhow, this aluminum rod we need for connecting the teeth, and it was luckily not too much super glue. I could get rid of it easy and fast. Nothing too dramatic left over there. So, anyways, oh, before I forget, here are two rubber washers again, like on Megazord for the neck piece, for like that the horns are moving. There were like rubber washers, so we have two again, which go inside this piece here. I hope they hold on their own. So give me a sec. I can use some pliers to open this. I will show you, and I hope I don't lose a thing about that, because it's just resting in there. Make sure to do that on both teeth. And this rod is actually not round on the end. I don't know if the camera picks it up. So it's cut off on, it's flat on one side and round on the other. So come on, don't drop on me. So you put that in there, and then we use a screw to actually fixate that. One down. Pretty nice. So when it looks like this, damn it, where's this glue coming from? Just go through here. I mean, if you're no Power Rangers, you know this Sabertooth Tiger, you actually know this look. So put that in there. Take the counterpart, apply it to the other side, get a screw, and job done, basically. This is how the Sabertooth Tiger should look, right? Look at these teeth. That's also pretty nice that it's like on the original toy, they can move individually, which could make a goofy look, but on this one you just like, so you go with this when you have Megazord, they go up, and when he's Sabertooth Tiger, you have this look. Really nice. The mouth opens and closes. So pretty sweet. Put you upways because that's better way for storing you. And glue again. I hate you. Okay, we're not done. We have two silver cups, like not cups, caps, different stuff. So to cap this off, two of these, which go on here to make the look perfect. Okay. My favorite friend, glue. Let me do that quickly, and I hope I don't do bullshit again. one small drop, some pressure, hold it down, one small drop on the other side. So the downside on this one is, if you have to repair something like the electronics, you don't get that off again here. So this caps off the entire thing. So you cannot undo this, which is a bummer. I mean, the bullet holes, the screw holes are hidden, which is nice. But as I said, the downside really is it's for good. I mean, I don't think I ever have to get that repaired, changed, whatever. But if I had to, I couldn't. I mean, if the electronics fail over time, it's sad, but the Megazord still will look great. To show you the results so far, or more like this. Really cool. But we're missing something. Upper teeth. They are in here. And lower teeth. Just let me read. I don't want to hear the word glue again, please. Okay, there is no word about glue, which I like, which I don't understand with this here. So there are tiny teeth in here, like tiny teeth. I will show it in the camera and I hope I don't drop anything. I would piss myself off if that happens. I will zoom that in post, but anyhow, there's left and right written on it. This is right. So these are the upper parts. It doesn't say glue, but it definitely needs a little bit of glue. Ooh, god damn it, don't drop on me. Otherwise they will pop out. Glue again, it is. Yikes. And especially on such like small pieces, which is really annoying. So I will drop a little bit of glue in the hole. So, and the magazine actually said, which is interesting, it doesn't say anything about glue, if I'm not misreading. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about glue, but it says turn it down with like the piece and actually to have that fixated, which is interesting. So let me hold that down for a moment to get that actually well, dried. And now comes the really interesting part. On the lower half are two other teeth which are even smaller. This will be fun. So don't be mad, but I will not show them in the camera like this because they're really, really tiny. I will show you the end results when I glue them in, and I will do that in a sec and just cut to that point in post because it's annoying. Glued in and fine and done, and I'm happy, that this is like went way smoother than I expected it. So I will show this up close to the camera. The lower teeth are really, really tiny. They're all pointy, so this is a collector's item, don't forget that, and nothing for kids. So I really like the design, how it turned out, and overall the yellow, which the lower chin part, as I said, it's small difference between the metal and the plastic part, but in the end, depends on the light angle, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't bother me that much. So in between waiting, I had the saber-tooth tiger head for like 5 minutes on charge, 3 to 5, but that's not enough to actually make the eyes lit up. So I will edit in a little piece in post where I have the eyes light up. And I also realized this remote has the same frequency as the remote for my shelving. So when I use that, this will change color or turn off. Anyhow, we do you a bit higher for Megazord mode. Basically, we have you away, and we come to the last magazine for this box. Fanhome already teased me with like, your next box will be ready soon with a total of 6 magazines. I'm scared with like the video building part. I don't mind the building, but I don't want to have the episodes too long. But at some point, I said it in the first video and the second video, and I say it again, and I will repeat myself in the future. I will cut stuff out, yes, but I will take a slow, steady process that everybody can follow if want to, and I don't want to be like, boop, done, so I can skip the video entirely. So I took the hood off. Wait. Also, leftover screws are in here as well. And we have magazine number 8. Hello. Several weeks in between recording, Krytos here from the future. This gave me a headache. So if you watch the video till this time, like this timestamp, you realize I said, if I ever have to open this up again, that's not a good idea because I don't like glue and this is permanent. Yeah, well, I used the hairdryer to dry this out and get the cap off. Why did I do that? The battery doesn't want to charge. In the future, I will be smarter. I will do a cut, check the electronics. If they work, I continue. Otherwise, I will fix everything and then we will continue building. I have to do cuts anyways because it's a long recording and I trim everything down with stuff that are bloopers or whatever, stuff that's not like interesting. So anyhow, as I said, I used the hairdryer, dry this out. The glue on the screw itself was not a good idea. It was manageable, but it's not easy if you have to take this apart, so keep notes if you have similar problems. I glued this again, as you can see. I used some glue below these caps, left and right, not in front of the glue, the screw part itself. And yeah, this works now. It lights up, which is fine. I'm happy that this does that. The battery, this one that got provided, didn't charge. I reached out to Fanhome twice because I got a replacement. The support is really nice. The delivery is a bit too slow for my liking. It takes roughly a week and a half to get a replacement. When they say it's done, we're processing your shipping, blah blah blah, and it takes like roughly, as I said, if everything's at my doorstep, right, 1.5 weeks. The replacement didn't charge, and so I reached out again. That replacement didn't charge as well, and took me like 2.5 weeks at minimum to get to this point. So I talked with a friend, Leo, and he's like, why didn't you just buy that stuff yourself? Like, a good idea. So I went on Amazon. I used Google Lens to see what this actually is. I screwed up the measurements, so this is slightly bigger than that one. But this works. I bought 5 of these in a 5-pack. It cost me roughly 15 euros. And it's not in the OG place which the magazine wants it to because it wouldn't fit. It's behind this back plate. So as you can see, it works. I even did a cross-check before reaching out to Fanhome what is broken. It's if it's the board or is it like the battery. I unscrewed Megazord, the head, and used this battery. Yeah, it works with this one, so it's definitely the battery. They wanted proof of stuff broken, and I kind of felt dumb to do like reach out again. So yeah, I still don't like the button on the head here. It's a bit annoying to get working, but it works in general. But this is fine. This is really nice. I like the idea of it. I like the quality. Besides the battery thing, the biggest bummer is the battery, the light up part is premium. You pay €1 extra in Germany to get the light up feature. Otherwise you would get the Megazord without that, and that doesn't work. Yeah, well, I guess considering what you pay for the overall set per magazine. This is cents when in production, so I can see why this can happen. It's not the best thing that could happen to you. I hope you're more lucky than me. Anyhows, thank you for watching at this point. Back to the regular program, and we see us in the next Build a Megazord or in Let's Play projects. Check out the channel, there's enough videos on there to keep you busy. So enjoy! These parts look like the saber-tooth tiger's wheels, and I assume they are. So we have only one type of screws, one bolt type thing, and some other parts, but I think we'll be relatively fast with this one. And then we see what, by this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if Saber-Tooth Tiger is the first Zord that will be done. So I also thought they would like, hey, this is chest piece, boop boop boop, pterodactyl is done, but no. Anyways, so we have this part here, which is plastic, spray painted silver. Not too much on the back. There's a little bit red, which you can see through, but this will be hidden, so no complaints here. This tiny part is metal and needs to go in here. The flat part, which is there, it's identical, so it doesn't matter if you do it left or right, needs to be shown as the only thing that should be left over. So okay, I used the pliers to pressure it in to have it flush like the magazine says. In a sec. So you need some force, but it's really in there, and it needs, because it's not glued luckily and it's not screwed, so it needs to be tight in there. Okay, easy. So you see this? I hope it's black and black, so there's a little engraved part lowered basically, and here's the counterpart on the silver. So you just have it like so. Just 2 screws in there and good. Give me a sec, I will have that done. So end result is this. But that also means if that's like here, the wheel won't actually work, sadly, it seems. Yeah, that's a bummer, but okay, I don't mind. People are always complaining on the Legacy, for example, that the wheels don't spin. And this is like a really high price, luxury, hot toy kind of thing, and it doesn't, but I don't mind, honestly. I don't mind. I won't, this is like a high price thing when it's done. I won't be like, woo, over the floor like a kid. So it will have its place somewhere. I don't know at the moment. Maybe here. I don't know. I have to find a place for it. I didn't thought about that. I just seen it and like, it's cool. I want it. I wanted it since, as I said it in the first video, since it was announced in France. And I'm happy that I can finally do this and like to do this experience. Anyhow, let's continue. We take the red piece and the black part here. These are decorative things, and they just slot together. Slightly pressure them, and they're done. And yeah, after that, you put this part over here. That you have a look like this, and on the back side is 1 screw hole which needs 1 screw. So I think that's simple enough for me. End result is this one. And when I see the Saber-Tooth Tiger in the magazine here, we have a long way to go. A long way to go. So that's that. and assume, yeah. So this is the back plate of the wheel part, which goes on, 4 screws left. So let me just screw this. in English, it's always like screw this. It has more than one meaning, so I kind of find that funny. In German, we have similar stuff, but when I try to explain that in English, it wouldn't work because, yeah, well, it doesn't translate that way. One screw left for the bin, or the collection basically. This is empty, goes over here. Looks like so, and on the back. Yeah. I mean, it could go something in here and imitate rotate. I have no idea how that could be done, but is there... There's just history, right? Yeah. There's only Power Rangers history, sad. I always liked it when magazines like, this isn't an Axe magazine. I mean, I can see that on the Fanhome webpage, but yeah. We're done with number 8 of that magazine. And our entire setup looks like this. We have a Megazord's head. We have a saber-tooth tiger head. I'll give you angled, don't drop. Which looks correct this way, of course. We have a tire. Well, shoulder piece basically, and we have this part here, the chest piece, which was in the first magazine. Thank you again for watching, thank you for the support, hope you enjoyed this, and if it's the case, we'll see us next time when it's time to build the Megazord. Will be a long journey, I said that before, but it will, but it's worth it. And I still want Dragonzord.